Good morning. My name is Izzy Bauer. I'm a third-year medical student at the University of Arizona College of Medicine, Phoenix. I'm very grateful to the CNS Scientific Committee for inviting me to speak with you all today about our recent finding that academic productivity of neurosurgical trainees is associated with the academic productivity of gender-concordant faculty within neurosurgery residency programs. I'll start just by introducing the concept of affinity bias, which is defined as an unconscious tendency to gravitate towards folks of similar appearances, experiences, and beliefs as our own. The reason I bring this up is because it may cause an unconscious tendency for men to more readily collaborate with men and for women to more readily collaborate with women. And this really raises a question when you consider women entering and advancing in the field of neurosurgery, where 90.4% of attending faculty and thus potential mentors and sponsors are men. Does an unconscious aversion to working with members of the opposite sex limit opportunities for women entering the field of neurosurgery? We can study this objectively through the lens of academic publication. We know from prior bibliometric analyses of neurosurgical literature that publications authored by a female senior author are more than twice as likely as publications authored by a male senior author to have a female first author. And we wanted to see how this showed up in residency programs specifically. I'll use the term academic productivity to refer to the number of publications authored by an individual or group over a given time period. And it makes sense to us that academic productivity of faculty within a residency program would correlate with academic productivity of residents in that same program. We hypothesized even more specifically, though, that the strength of that correlation would be greater between faculty and residents of the same gender than between faculty and residents of opposite gender. To test our hypothesis, we compiled a list of each individual neurosurgical resident and faculty member at 112 ACGME accredited neurosurgical programs. And then for each individual, we quantified the number of publications authored across 15 select neurosurgical journals between 2021 and 2023. We then, for each program, took the average academic productivity of male faculty, male residents, female faculty, and female residents, and then plotted those on scatter plots to compare the correlation. We know that we had 39 programs where female residents were either not publishing or there were no female residents in them, so we excluded those entirely. Of the remaining 77 programs, we were dividing them based on whether or not they had both male and female faculty publishing or only male faculty publishing. We're going to start by looking at the 48 programs that had mixed faculty, and we're going to start by looking at gender concordant faculty and residents. So we're looking at male faculty and male residents and female faculty and female residents. You'll notice that there is a strong statistically significant correlation between male faculty and male resident academic publication, which is in stark contrast to what we see when we look at these same 48 programs and we compare male faculty and female residents versus female faculty and male residents. In neither case is there any statistically significant correlation between academic productivity here. Then when we look at programs that have only male faculty publishing, we continue to see the expected correlation between male faculty and male residents. But when we compare the male faculty productivity with the female resident productivity, we actually see a statistically significant inverse correlation in these programs, suggesting that in programs where only male faculty are publishing, when they publish more, their female residents are actually publishing less. In summary, we've observed that in programs where male faculty are more productive, male residents also tend to be more productive, suggesting a symbiotic relationship between these two groups that doesn't exist between male faculty and female residents. We've also seen that in programs where only male faculty are publishing, when they publish more, female residents are actually tending to publish less. This does suggest a reticence to collaborate professionally with members of the opposite sex. And understanding these tendencies really helps us understand how gender biases might show up and impact female trainees in neurosurgery. The value of this study and studies like it really lies in the ability to recognize these tendencies, making unconscious biases conscious and really strengthening the ability to overcome them. I do believe that targeted efforts to increase cross-sex collaboration within neurosurgery residency programs could increase academic productivity across all neurosurgery divisions and certainly expand opportunities for women who continue to be underrepresented in neurosurgery. I'll finish by thanking both my gender concordant and gender discordant mentors at the University of Arizona Phoenix Neurosurgery Department, Drs. Kristen Nisova, Robert Mina, and Peter Nakaji, in addition to the rest of the neurosurgery faculty there. And then really a lot of the work that went into this project, I have to thank the Project Waterfall Student Research Group at the University of Arizona. We have a bunch of students that worked really hard, and 17 of which actually had the opportunity to come and present their work at this conference, which really is a testament to the efficacy and the success of some of our targeted efforts to increase cross-sex collaboration at our own institution. Thank you for your time.